from the Eldrazi Tron side of the table. Nothing too much to speak to.
What could it be, right? You can only play colorless lands.
You can only play colorless lands. I mean, a lot of them choose to be very tricky about, that last land. Sometimes it's Seagate Wreckage. Sometimes they choose to play additional Cavern of Souls. Sometimes that last spot tends to be a little bit tricky. But Andrew here is playing 1 Seagate Wreckage, 2 Wastes, 2 Cavern of Souls, and 2 Ghost Quarter as those utility lands after the 12 Tron lands and 4 Eldrazi Temples. 4 Mana Reshaper, 4 Thought-Knots here, 4 Reality Smasher, 2 Endbringer, 2 All Is Dust, 1 Dismember, 4 Chalice of the Void, 4 Expedition Map, 2 Mindstone, 2 Karn Liberated, 4 Walking Ballista, 1 Wormcoil Engine, and 1 Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. And then any sweetness in the board, I suppose the 1 Sky Sovereign console flagship is spicy, but...
that's a nice one, but I mean, if we're talking about Eldrazi Tron, most everything Eldrazi Tron does is pretty boring, to be quite honest.
Battlecruiser Magic, everybody,
Yeah,
as exemplified by Sky Sovereign.
I mean, it's a sweet card, it really is.
Yeah, could be it.
Could even be both. So Jette and his evil man mustache will take on Ferguson and his dour face.
Definitely sporting the mustache mountain.
What do you think? Should I be doing a little zoom on that? Should we give it its full due or what?
I mean, absolutely.
You knew I was going to do it anyway.
I'm giving you the vet here.
You can see
he's got the curl.
It's poking out there.
He's got the rolling fingers going. He's trying to establish it. Not quite full.
God, how do I get this back? How do I get it? Oh, God, I'm messing everything up, Ed. Oh, God, Ed. All right, let's put his face there. Is that okay? Is that okay? I'm reading so hard right now. I retire. I'm done. All right. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Finally gonna get there.
Struggling so hard.
I regret giving you this control now.
That was brutal.
Goodness gracious.
That was brutal. So, to all our 2 viewers that made it through that, thank you for joining us, Ed and me. Oof, wow. So here we go. Anyways, what do we got here? We got another map. Chalice got spell snared. Second Chalice, though, does resolve, and Andrew Jette shows why he's this far into the tournament. Jaws adjusted cards when he needs it.
I mean, Snook, if I'm able to walk into a team open without even having sleeved the deck and lose 2 matches over the weekend, that probably says a bunch, right? Like,
you've never played it?
Literally had never sleeved the deck. I played it when it was a collected company deck with a much different mana base.
Wow.
But first time with the Uncharted Territories and Ether Vials and Meddling Mage is a hell of a Magic card. That's all I could say.
Yeah, it's like they printed Nevermore in Innistrad. It costs 1 more, and you don't get a 2/2. It's like that's how that card probably should be costed.
Yeah.
Meddling Mage is definitely pushed, as most invitational cards were.
As Pakula should be. Mm-hmm. As is right. Man, there's a ton of mana for Jette to go ahead and offer up here, but...
Right, he has a second Tron land map at the ready. So he has all the mana he could ever want, but if you look at his hand, he just has land Dismember. And yeah, eventually, right, he can get the Seagate Wreckage and start drawing 2 a turn.
But is that going to matter when he just slams down a Through the Breach and all this material is gone?
Or, oh, okay, I thought it was a Blood Moon. False alarm, guys, false alarm.
Yeah, and this just speaks... Has something gone wrong with the sequencing here? These expedition maps seem weirdly timed.
Well, he had nothing to spend his mana on, right? So at this point, he's just going to hold them because he doesn't need the mana. And almost any card he draws in his deck, he can cast, even if he has to pay 2 to crack it. So I think his reasoning is if he draws Natural Tron, he can then get utility lands. which is not unreasonable. Because unless he draws the 1 of Ulamog, he is casting anything the turn he draws it.
Right.
Adam, just because you're married doesn't mean you're an adult. Okay, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Just because you've live, laugh, love tattooed on your wall doesn't mean you have a real home now.
That's rough.
It's the truth. I've seen it. There's Mikey boy.
Ooh. Michael rather confidently throwing out that 5th lander.
Oh,
yeah.
wowie.
Yeah.
Wowie kazowie.
Would you like an Annihilator 6 trigger? No?
How about a scoop? Would you like a scoop?
Yeah, that sounds like the play there.
Wow. Okay, so it didn't look good for Mike, right? He's staring down natural Tron, Chalice on 1. But this is why you play the Emrakul combo. It gives your deck power.
Right.
Your blue deck that's just dirtling around. I hate that word. I regret saying it just now. Just not doing anything, right? Gets you power.
It also speaks to that Eldrazi Tron inconsistency. We talked about that earlier in the day.
Right.
Sometimes, during the course of a 7 to 8 round tournament, even a 7 to 8 round tournament, you're not even on a GP day 1 where you need to last set.
Yeah, this tournament was 6 rounds.
Six rounds. He is playing his 8th round. You can count on this deck sort of giving you the business every so often. And is this going to be the point at which Jette can't do much about his deck, just not offering him a lot of filtering, just only having him draw off the top of the deck and not giving him what he needs? Because there are a lot of cards here that Jette would want off the top, but
with no card filtering, not even, like you said, not even Ancient Stirrings.
in the wrong order, at the wrong timing. And it doesn't seem like there's really anything preventing Ferguson from just going for turn 5 breach and just saying, okay, deal with this. I mean, if we have Warping Whale for
This is not a
Through the
high power
Breach.
sideboard card. No, Through the Breach is an instant.
Ugh, even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse.
It seems like a sorcery card, but you can block with that Emrakul if you have to.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So, I mean, with these colorless sideboard cards, what does Jette have to offer? Sorceress Spyglass? Like, is a Wormcoil, a Basilisk Collar, Hairback Walker, a Graph Digger's Cage, two Graph Digger's Cage, 2 Warping Whales, 2 Ratchet Bombs, 2 Relic of Progenitus.
Graph Digger's Cage doesn't affect Through the Breach, though, doesn't it?
Nope.
Yeah, it seems like it could.
It doesn't do anything.
But it doesn't.
And 1 Sky Sovereign and 2 Sorcerer's Spyglass. It seems like a whole lot of nothing.
But the Sky Sovereign, though, can totally chump block Emrakul.
To disguise. Sure. Whereas Ferguson...
Right, he gets to play these high impact cards.
Right.
Can Eldrazi Tron deal with Platinum Imperium? How's he going to do it?
And, like, All His Dust doesn't do it. If we're leading on... if we're leading on Walking Ballista with a Basilisk Collar, that seems like a really,
Right.
really,
You do not want
really,
Basilisk Collar in your deck after sideboard.
against a combo deck seems poor.
No, I really like Mike's chances here. He has the opportunity to just blindside his opponent, right? Like, yeah, it's a small tournament. Yeah, you have scouting, but does Jette know that his opponent has these 5 cards in his board?
I guess you also do have Walking Ballista with Basilisk Collar for the breached Emrakul.
Okay, that's not the worst.
It's not the worst, but it doesn't seem we're trying to put a 1-of together with a creature that we need to live when there's plenty of removal and bounce spells on Ferguson's side of the table. Like,
That's the noise. That's the noise, all right. So you gotta favor Mikey here.
Right.
I think he's gonna board in this Platinum package. How can he not?
What does he bring out?
Well, like some are easy, right? Like Spell Snare. The only card it hits is Chalice.
And Mind Stone, which doesn't matter.
You know what you can do actually is you can board out your 1-mana spells. Like if you know that your opponent's going to put it on 1, you can just board out a mess of 1s. You leave yourself some, right? You take out your bolts, you take out your snares. You just do not operate on the axis of 1-mana spells. You know, you have to leave like 4 Serum to opt in. You probably have to leave some in.
And let him have to still commit to the Chalice on 1, and that still just doesn't really trip you up. It doesn't trip you up too much.
Right, so I really like that.
Reducing the impact of a Chalice on 1.
Maybe your opponent will like aggressively mulligan to that Chalice too, you know?
I mean, Electrolyze does provide velocity through the rest of the deck, but seems like there are higher impact cards. Like, I definitely think the Abrade is coming in. Like, Abrade is coming in. Disdainful Stroke should. I don't see how that doesn't make it into the 60.
Roast,
sure.
Yeah, you know, it kills Thought Knot, it kills Reality Smashy. But this is a lot of cards to board in, isn't it?
I don't think we have enough cards to bring out. I actually think we don't have enough space for the Madcap package. I feel like the Through the Breach is already good enough and very hard to answer and says, I win the game now.
Right. I see what you're saying. I mean, what else do you board out? So you can board out 4 Bolt, 2 1-mana cantrips. You can board out 2 Electrolyze. That's 8 cards.
8 cards. So we have 5 cards for the Madcap Experiment package. And
Abrade, Disdainful.
So that's 7. Okay, so
maybe.
We do have spots there. Of course, we could just be horrendously wrong. Looks like Michael has presented and we're about ready to find out anyway, so let's get to that.
So here we go. Players cut and shuffle each other's decks.
I'm just seeing my commentary right now if you're wondering why I'm giggling. So, thanks a bunch, Zack.
You're Ed Money. You confirmed that.
It's true.
You gave me permission.
He did say, what do we call you, Edgar? It's just like Ed, Poe, Alan.
E-Money.
E-Money. Don't care. Call me what you like. Turn 1 map seems... Still so shocked to not see any green-based Tron decks today. Seems like a really weird omission, especially with its ability to just go ahead and do what it's going to do all day.
Yeah, it's really weird. There is a cadre of players who usually plays the green Tron decks, like Joe Horton leading the way the last few months, but he was not in attendance today. He qualified the last month. And yeah, I suppose that they just didn't show up today. It's not that they don't play the decks in this area, it's just that they didn't show up.
There's that Mind Stone.
Yeah, with Natural Tron. And Worm Coil.
Well, here's our clock, everybody.
Yeah, this might be a remand here from Mike.
Seems like all we want against these big mana decks. Just, okay, throw you off by a turn. If you can't leverage this mana advantage, I'm just going to turn 5 breach you.
Mm-hmm. And guys, our apologies for the things like the glare here. Things that, that there's as the Blood Moon comes down.
We want to talk about speed bumps. There's a speed bump.
This is a work in progress, though. This is our first ever stream from this location, and we were just working out the logistics last week, this morning, and we will continue to do so leading up to the finals in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Mana Reshaper, like, is that what we want to be doing here?
Well, it's not the worst, right? We have Expedition map for waste. Sure. So that we have protection. Like, if he braids our Mind Stone, we still have waste.
Ooh, there's that package.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's an
8/8, baby.
Here's an 8/8.
Do you have an answer to an 8/8? That's the question, Jetty boy. Mike, you gotta let your opponent see those cards, don't you? He's like, Yeah, exactly. He's like, you had to let me see him.
Rutrow. Looks like I just heard that Michael asked if Andrew wanted to see it, and looks like he may have declined.
Yeah, not sure Andrew really understood what was going on there. Either way, he wouldn't see anything too unexpected. You know, he knows what Mike's deck does. He'd see like Remand, Cryptic. He knows that.
There's that speed bump for that Platinum Empyrean. Death Touch is a staple mechanic, but do we just have both the combos in consecutive turns?
I think pretty impressive with no card filtering, just
flop all of this into play.
Flop them on the board.
He isn't
Wow,
incredibly confident, but we saw last game he just chucked his land into play and
Right. The funny part about this game is Mike has 2 of the 3 powerful things his deck can do here, and he is still, I don't even know if he's favored this game.
Eldrazi Tron players will continuously tell you that, hey, I don't really care about Blood Moon. The game goes on and I start casting hairback walkers and putting counters on them. If you don't apply pressure after you Blood Moon me, the Blood Moon doesn't matter.
Right.
Especially where there's a Cryptic
This
Command.
is a counter draw.
Should we counter bounce?
We could counterbalance, but what is 8 damage really?
Right.
So he does counter, draw. Mike pulling ahead, trying to dig deep, find his combo.
Just tempo out his opponent.
There's no Chalice on 1 yet, so all of his 1 mana spells, all of his ops are live to dig him deeper.
Like now.
Yep.
Serum.
Digs 3 or 4 cards.
Don't dig the promo.
No. Don't love that.
Don't dig it.
Don't love that.
Not about it. I mean, I can appreciate the Gwei basics for sure. Those are the standard Showdown Rebecca Gwei basics. But,
I don't have enough to fill a deck with those. I only have 1 of each.
TJ Collectibles, there are plenty in the land binders upstairs.
Okay. I might have to make a little trip after this.
For all of our viewers out there who might be local to TJ Collectibles. Plenty in the land binders up there.
You ready for the avalanche of shill that the internet is never
go.
hesitant to announce?
Sell out. Not worried about it.
Love it. So here we go. Mike, all he can do is say go. So maybe he has a cryptic.
There's a lot of staring at each other right now. I feel like that can only be good for Ferguson.
Right. Whose stare do you want to see? Do you want to see Mike's or Andrew's right now?
Let's. Ferguson is usually very intent and usually very focused. Let's go for that. Brow furrowed, paying attention to what's going on.
Can you even win, bro?
Very serious.
You think that's what he's saying? It's like, why you even? No.
No, just concede. It's okay. You can concede. It's fine. It's fine.
Andrew trying to get further than he got last time. Mm-hmm. Last time he made the semifinals of the tournament. This time he made the semifinals. He is just trying to get those last couple wins.
Double waste.
Not great here for Jette.
Yeah. Cast the Kozilek the Great Distortion. He wishes.
Oh, that would be a sweet one. Jette has gone through probably about half the lands in his deck here. Mm-hmm. This is kind of ridiculous. Mm-hmm. At what point do you start swinging with your 3/2s just to draw a card?
Right. Flop a Mind Stone onto the table, get more draws.
Right.
Because your life total isn't the concern.
Not at all.
It's not.
At some point, you're going to get hit with an Emrakul.
Right.
Which, by the way, probably wouldn't even kill him.
No.
Look at all his lands. He could sack like Matter Reshaper, 4 lands, and still be in okay shape. Not great, but...
In retrospect, I think Andrew had the wastes in his hand when he expedition mapped.
Okay.
Is he maybe cursing himself for not grabbing his Seagate wreckage?
Well, there's of course
No, the Blood Moon.
the Blood Moon.
I'm missing that. My bad.
I mean, you do want the Seagate Wreckage in case you draw a Ratchet Bomb to get rid of the Blood Moon.
But that's still a long.
It is, yeah. That's a draw phase and 3 turns.
Yep. Just miss that off to the bottom left. Of course, it's one of the only cards that's plainly. Oh, it's been a long day.
Oh, it's an Endbringer. This is one of the ideal draws for Jette.
Sure. Get velocity through the deck and draw some cards. Oh boy.
Not the best thing to have happen
That's
to you.
awkward. That's just a tad awkward. Looks like we're probably gonna flip that card and shuffle his deck. Get a little bit of a warning. That's fine.
Is that even a warning, you think?
It's
It's weird. Like,
it's strange.
I mean,
We're probably letting it go at this point.
I would give him a physical warning. I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
What should we do?
Like, shuffle better.
Okay. Well, Endbringer certainly does stifle
Just has to.
a hasty Emrakul, doesn't it?
Has to eat a roast. Just has to. Yeah, gone.
Certainly does.
Shucks.
And the staring match continues. That's.
So Jette did board in the Warping Whale. Maybe.
What does that do here?
Yeah, I mean,
It counters a.
I believe it only counters a sorcery.
It
Am I wrong
it
here?
only counters a sorcery. It makes a 1/1 Scion and it exiles a target creature with power toughness 1 or less.
So
that card
basically
has no
nothing.
text.
No text
in
right
this
now.
matchup. Maybe he is about to run into a mistake.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Through the Breach seems like a textbook sorcery.
Seems like a sorcery.
Something
but
powerful.
Probably would have consulted with the judge beforehand. To be like, Through the Breach is sorcery. There's a remand.
It's hard to imagine Mike Ferguson not finding his combo here.
Agreed. But Ferguson needs to. I'm wondering if he's just holding on to burn and lulling Jette into a lull of thinking that he's at 20 and not at, a life total where Emrakul will kill him. But only time will tell. I see a breach in Ferguson's hand.
Definitely has half of it.
Looks like he is setting aside that Through the Breach. Yep. Cast a Through the Breach. Some miss. Oh, and the smile of recognition of, my Warping Whale doesn't have text.
Well, Warping Whale can make a 1/1 to sack. That's something.
Not.
Oh, tap your team.
Tap your team.
Not dead though. Warping Whale. Warping Whale. Make a 1/1.
Rar.
Michael Ferguson poised to get into the finals here.
Trigger. Yep. Annihilator trigger on the stack, yo.
Yeah, definitely those. Those are definitely leaving.
I would let those Reshaper triggers
Right, maybe you'll hit a creature to chump block. Yeah, good point.
settle first and just float your mana. And he's gonna sacrifice his Worm Coil Engine to make more blockers. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you cast your whale first to see if it gets countered to let you know if you have to sack the Worm Coil. Thoughts on that?
I think you're right there. I'd be willing to give that. So, what is happening? What is the decision to enter Jette?
Jette.
What is going to solve your ills here? Warping.
Nice with this trigger still on the stack. I like this a lot. Good play from Jette.
Make a Scion. Go to block.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, let's sack first. 2 triggers. Sacking the waste. Interesting. Guess he still has one. Ooh, nice hit. Nice hit.
Nice hit. And draw an.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
We could certainly dig for more material here. I mean, and so the game goes on. This is sort of a situation with the blue-red breach deck of, okay, play goes on. Can you kill me?
Right, Jette to 5.
Jette at 5.
But look at this. It kind of refills his hand, too.
Draws a Endbringer. Draws a Reality Smasher. Still has plenty of lands in hand. The Emrakul goes away.
Yeah, I hope it does. We haven't seen it go away yet.
I mean, that Platinum Empyrean is still...
8/8. No text. Okay, this is good for Mike. Gets to shovel the graveyard back in. All the lands for Jette. He draws a Cavern, I believe.
A little flick of frustration, I think, coming from Jette here.
Life totals can't change. And does he have any answer at all to this Platinum Empyrean?
I don't think there is.
Like we said, right? One Ulamog.
His Dismember doesn't do it. He's leaning on an extremely large walking ballista. And he's been taken off a Tron, and there's a Blood Moon in play. I mean,
it's hard to think.
Here we go.
What?
Disdainful Stroke. For Jette's Return Endbringer.
So that takes care of both Endbringers. No Endbringer plus Basilisk anymore.
Nope.
We're reduced to Ballista plus Basilisk.
Yep. Confidently tapping more lands. Confidently, briskly. Here's an 8/8.
Modern is a cool format. Here's an 8/8. 5 mana.
Just a Platinum Empyrean stance. It's just literally looking like he's whistling along. Whistle while you work.
Love it.
Whistle while you work.
8/8 stands alone.
8/8. Ooh, Lighthouse.
Ooh, Blood Moon.
Blood Moon. Love it.
So Mike down to 2 cards in hand. I mean, it's not like he has all the answers. He just has the inevitability.
Right.
And I'm wondering at this point, did Jette board out all his ballistas? We haven't seen any yet.
I don't think it would be insane to. Right? He is tapping a thought knots here.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Blank.
Mm-hmm.
Modern's weird.
So 9 lands. Oh, Serum Visions. That's pretty good.
Draw.
Great draw.
I think I saw
bottom. Okay.
I saw 2 lands there.
Oh, and he drew a Sulfur Falls. Come on, Jette. Ooh, look at that. That's a ballista. So in 12 turns, he'll have enough counters on that walking ballista to kill both.
Hot diggity dog. We're doing it. We're
Boom.
making a 4/4.
Hashtag boom. Oh, yeah, 4/4.
Is that
Okay.
Basilisk Collar anywhere to be found?
I know. If Jette boarded in Basilisk Collar, he's a genius. Is Mike gonna hardcast Emrakul? My God, he's only like a few lands away.
3, 4.
I have.
He's just reorganizing at this point.
Yeah,
but he's
right.
getting
That
closer.
he drew an Emrakul.
Wait, so
You only reorganize like that if you drew an Emrakul.
8, 9, 10,
The fetch lands are live.
14.
They're-
The fetch lands are alive, so he definitely does have.
I bet the farm he drew an Emrakul here. You do not rearrange your lands like that unless you drew Emrakul. No way.
Mountain. Go.
This is
Counters.
ridiculous.
Go.
Can Andrew get it up to 15 before?
Oh my goodness.
Another ballista. If Mike only had 1 Empyrean, the game would be over. But he has 2. This is unbelievable. Now, if you're Mike, you start sweating.
You are finally coming under the pressure of of your
This
if you
anemic
don't
deck.
kill them with the breach.
He's like, no, I just want to land.
Bottom.
Okay. Mike hasn't drawn as a Braid yet, which is amazing. Oh, there's a land. Next turn.
How
Next
many?
turn. Basilisk. What? Oh, he's taken one out.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Jette, you can do this at instant speed, my friend. Okay, so end of turn. Not the right time to do this, but it's okay. He wants to get it off the board. He needs to draw a Basilisk Collar. Right now. He has one turn, I think. So, like, bets on whether that card in Mike's hand is an Emrakul, or...
He's patting the top of his deck like it's never cool. He just wants one more mountain. He just wants one more mountain, right?
I think he might have enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 from my count.
No, but he's drawn like he doesn't have it. Oh, so I was way wrong. He didn't. Like he's like, what the? He has 15 lands in
How
play.
have I bricked for this long? How is this possible? Go.
Spell snare.
He is losing his mind.
Jette forgets to add counters.
Oh, and he's already untapped.
What is it? Oh my god. If you remember to add counters, this game would be done.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Snapcaster.
Unbelievable. Did Ferguson just take all of his burn?
I think he did.
Okay.
Like we talked about, maybe he would, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'm hoping Electrolyze goes away here. 1, 2. Here's Snapcaster. Flashback. Seer Visions.
I think Optus.
Dip his head aggressively at those.
There's no way. I have to remind you guys, this is only game 2. This is only game 2.
Ugh. Magic is weird and strange, y'all. Bottom.
What did Mikey draw? He says go. Oh my god, he says go. That Empyrean is dead.
Maybe he just has Cryptic Command tap the team, survive a turn.
Well, even if he gets rid of it, I'm not sure the game is straight up over. I was kind of being facetious there. Format. Counter. Okay. 4 mana.
Count.
Okay. Scion token provides another if you want it. Counter. Okay.
Like so. Nug.
So 2 8/8s down from Walking Ballistas and lands that only tap from 1 mana. Ugh. Okay. Now, do you kill that Snapcaster?
Yep.
Okay. Answer is yes. Team.
9, 10, 16. With lifelink from the Worm Coil.
So Mike has 1 draw here. He is so dead. Unless he draws an Emrakul. Right? That's all that saves him?
Actual literal cast trigger.
Snapcaster. Gives him a redraw. Ops digs the deepest.
1, 2, 3.
Ops,
Snapcaster.
no, Mike. Op digs the deepest, dude. No, Mike. Did he hit it anyway?
Situational awareness, not.
Oh, he hits it anyway.
Oh.
Wow. What a game. Unbelievable.
I'm speechless, actually. Jette can't believe he let that get away. I heartily believe that Jette cannot believe that he let that get away.
I know, just the failure to add a couple of counters. The end step costs him the match. Unfortunate, but fortunate for Mike Ferguson.
If he sacks a Wormcoil, it's still...
Right, the tokens don't fly, so they can't block.
Right. And Jette was only at 11, so he still succumbs to the damage from Emrakul.
Close, so close. Woo! Ferguson moves on to the finals. Mike, a player who has made made the top 8 many times. He's played almost every Titanium event, but he hasn't won yet, so he is searching for that win.
Absolutely.
He can try and find it.
Well, what do we think about our Blue-Red Breach Dredge matchup?
Oh, wow, I forgot about that Dredge deck on the other side of the bracket. That is incredible that there's a Dredge deck in 2018. You never see those anymore.
Hey, when people leave their graveyard hate at home, which I still advocate that you never do around here, bring your scoozes, bring your...
Yes. Bring the graveyard hate that's also versatile, right? Yes. Bring your relics.
Yes. Maybe leave your Grafticker's Cages at home unless you're really thinking about it. But I'm going to take a quick little break.
Yeah, I would too.
I need to get up for a moment, and then we will be back for the final.
Absolutely. I'm going to as well, everybody, keeping on. We got one round left, and that winner is going to get an invite to the Titanium Finals. We will be back in less than 2 minutes. Thanks for watching.